Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4.
It's Friday. Let's be more excited.
It's going to be 80 degrees this weekend.
Feels like summer.
Absolutely. So we'll talk more about the weather in just a minute. But first, some sad news topping our headlines. We remember California Senator Dianne Feinstein following her passing last night.
The auto workers' strike is growing. I'm Michael George with why thousands more union members are joining the picket lines.
And a man has been arrested in the 1996 killing of star rapper Tupac Shakur.
Let's take a look outside on this Friday. Fishing off the pier.
It's one of the prettiest views in Madison.
Why not? Beautiful day. Another boat going in or coming out. What is it? End of September or July?
It's summer in October.
Summer in October, yes. And Jacob's in the backyard. Summery weekend on tap.
Yeah, we're going to see those temperatures continue to rise up as we head into the weekend. But today and right now, it is just about perfect. Looking outside, completely blue skies, and the temperatures are also very nice. 74 is the current temperature in Madison. Looking at the current temperatures across Dane County, some parts of Dane County in the upper 70s, and looking across our entire area, there are a few spots in the lower 80s. So it definitely is a bit warm today compared to average, but it's only going to get warmer for tomorrow. Looking at current radar, completely clear skies. There were a few showers way off to our north, even north of La Crosse, but no rain in our region. And looking at the visible cloud track, you can see the clear skies on hand, and we're not expecting to see really any clouds for the next couple of days on top of the warm temperatures. This evening is going to be very nice. If you want to spend time outside, I definitely encourage it. Lower 70s, upper 60s, and the overnight lows are not going to be that cold. Considering the warmer temperatures, we are only going to see lows around 60 tonight. And then I'll talk more in detail about just how warm it will get over the weekend coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. New York City declared a state of emergency after flash flooding filled highways and streets and flooded the subway system.
The remnants of Tropical Storm Ophelia dumped more rain on the region than it could handle. The flooding seemed to catch morning commuters by surprise as they pushed on with water up to their headlights. Floodwater swamped city buses and their passengers. Along Manhattan's East Side Highway, cars couldn't make it, and some drivers abandoned their vehicles. By midday, the city's mayor issued this plea.
If you are home, stay home. If you are at work or school, shelter in place.
New York's governor said the region got 5 inches of rain overnight and could get another 7 before the day is done. The storm also pounded surrounding areas, including New York's Hudson Valley and New Jersey.
Dianne Feinstein died last night at the age of 90, and even her political rivals agree that she was a trailblazer. The Senate held a moment of silence for Dianne Feinstein, her desk draped in black, as colleagues from both sides of the aisle paid tribute to the California Democrat.
We look at that desk and we know what we have lost, but we also give thanks. Thanks to someone so rarefied, so brave, so graceful a presence.
Dianne was a trailblazer in her beloved home state of California, and our entire nation are better for her dogged advocacy and diligent service.
Senator Feinstein had announced her retirement at the end of this term, but now it'll be up to California's governor to appoint a temporary replacement before the election next November. And there will be big shoes to fill. The legendary fighter served in the Senate longer than any woman in American history. In a statement today, Senator Tammy Baldwin also called Feinstein a trailblazer who broke glass ceilings. Quote, "Our country is a better place because of Senator Feinstein's public service, and I am honored to have learned from her. I am sending my heartfelt condolences to her family and friends." Dianne Feinstein was 90 years old. And Senator Baldwin also sat down with us for a one-on-one interview today after the House of Representatives again failed to agree to a deal to avoid a government shutdown.
And here with more is political reporter Will Keneally. Will?
Well, that's right. Baldwin sat down with us for an extended interview on the shutdown for this week's For the Record. She says that she's imploring Republicans to sign on to some kind of compromise.
So we're hoping and pleading with Speaker McCarthy to recognize finally that the only way to keep the government open is to take a bipartisan approach. And as soon as he reaches that conclusion and that realization, we will be able to keep the government open.
Now, Baldwin says that whatever deal McCarthy strikes will have to be palatable to both the conservative wing of the Republicans in the House as well as the Democrats in the Senate. You can see more from our interview with Baldwin this Sunday on For the Record.
So, Will, what would a bipartisan approach look like?
Yeah, so right now we don't have enough time. It's just a matter of days, hours even, to be able to pass this. So we're not looking at a full budget. They're debating right now passing what's called a continuing resolution, just kind of kick the can down the road, keep some spending open, and then kind of still negotiate in the next couple of weeks or months here on a full budget.
The deadline is midnight tomorrow night, right?
Right, exactly.
So what are the major sticking points?
So we've seen a lot with border. Republicans want a little bit more money for border security. And then we've also seen some conservatives say that we want to see some less money for Ukraine. That's all still negotiation happening on that continuing resolution, not even on the full budget yet. It's going to be minute by minute throughout the weekend, and we will continue to update it here on News 3 Now.
And we'll see you Sunday at 10:30 For the Record.
Yes.
Will, thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Well, if you have a bike that you're not using that much, here's a perfect opportunity to take it off your hands. Tomorrow, Free Bikes for Kids holds their annual Fall Bike Donation Drive. This event marks the start of Free Bikes for Kids' seasonal mission to collect donated bikes and spread joy to the community. The organization hopes to collect 400 bikes of all styles and sizes.
We have a lot of people in marginalized communities who can't afford to buy a bike, and that's where we come in. We know through our work, if a person doesn't have a bike as a kid, they're not going to have an interest in a bike as an adult. And we want to, you know, some of the best views of our city are on a bicycle on these paths, and we just want everyone to experience that.
Please note that they cannot accept used helmets. If you'd like to participate, bring gently used bikes to their bike shop at 354 Coyer Lane in Madison. That's near Rimrock and the Beltline Highway. On September 30th, that's tomorrow. If you can't make it tomorrow, another bike donation drive is scheduled for Saturday, November 4th.
Thomas Jefferson Middle School in Madison has a new name starting today. It is Ezekiel Gillespie Middle School. The name was selected in honor of Milwaukee voting rights activist Ezekiel Gillespie, who secured voting rights for black men in Wisconsin in 1865. Gillespie was born into slavery in Tennessee, but went on to be one of the most influential voting rights activists in Wisconsin history.
He helped create the first African-American church in this state, church that's still going today. We have the fact that he founded an underground railroad station and focused on the freedom of individuals.
The renaming celebration also included a Lift Every Voice and Sing performance by Micaiah Drake, a former Jefferson student.
Well, temperatures in the 80s this weekend. Not going to be snowing, but that doesn't mean you can't go to Tyrol Basin.
Yep, if you need something to do this weekend and if you're looking for a way to usher in the month of October, Brady Mallory has some advice to keep you busy. He's live out there tonight. Hi, Brady, what's going on?
Well, hello there. So you say that you want to take your Friday to new heights, or your weekend needs a little bit of a lift, or maybe you just want to elevate your Friday evening. I have some things for you to do. I want to tell you about two things. One, you can come out to Tyrol Basin tonight and ride the chairlift. Now, like you said, there's no snow, so no skiing, but you can enjoy this beautiful fall evening, more like summer evening, am I right? And you can also see the really pretty colors of the leaves are finally changing. But then in October, you can come out for Terror at Tyrol. So what is that, Brady? It is all throughout the month of October on the weekends, and you can come out for 4 different experiences, including what they're calling a haunted trail. So that's kind of like a haunted house, except you're on one of the ski trails, and you can also ride the chairlift there. There's also a maze and much more. And depending on the night you come out, again, every weekend in October, it'll be about $25 to $30 for all ages. They recommend kids maybe be 13 years or older, but if your young kids are brave, bring them on out. So back to the chairlift, the scenic chairlift ride. That's tonight. It just started a few minutes ago, and it goes until sundown. So right now, I'm the only one here. So I want to see more people come out here. I'd love to stay and chat with you, but I have a ride to catch. So remember, come out here tonight to ride these chairlifts. You can see the beautiful fall colors, enjoy this evening, and really get a good start to your weekend. So if you need me, you can find me hanging out here pretty much the whole evening.
And
so, Mark and
enjoy
Susan,
the
back to you.
ride.
there he goes.
Yeah, the fall. You had me at fall colors, but the terror at Tyrol. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, that's so nice. That's a beautiful ride to the top of the hill.
One of the few chances to ride a ski hill in shorts and a tank top.
Exactly. And the colors are gorgeous right now.
Brady, thank you.
In other news tonight, a major break in the murder investigation of rapper Tupac Shakur.
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police arrested a suspect in the unsolved murder. The source says Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keefy D, is now in custody and faces charges in the 1996 murder. Police searched Davis's home last July as part of its ongoing investigation into the shooting. Tupac was killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas.
Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996. It is far from over.
Tupac died days later from his injuries. He was just 25 years old. The UAW is adding thousands more auto workers to the picket lines as it continues to negotiate a new contract with the big three automakers.
Michael George has the latest from New York.
We want a pension. We want a pension.
Auto workers at Ford's Chicago assembly plant walked out Friday, and so did UAW members at a GM plant in Lansing, Michigan. With another 7,000 members now on the picket lines, there are 25,000 workers on strike in 21 states.
Our courageous members at these two plants are the next wave of reinforcements in our fight for record contracts.
UAW President Shawn Fain did announce some progress in talks with Stellantis, the parent company of Chrysler and Jeep.
We are excited about this momentum at Stellantis and hope it continues.
The UAW is currently seeking up to a 40% raise over 4 years, as well as job and cost of living protections. The union rejected offers from automakers centered around a 20% raise.
Some of these people, these second-tier workers, they start at $16, $17 an hour. You can make that at McDonald's.
For its part, Ford says it has offered a historic contract that would change the lives of over 57,000 workers.
We still have time to reach an agreement and avert a real disaster, but not much more time given the fragility of the supply base.
The union is vowing to keep expanding the 2-week-old strike if a deal is not reached. Michael George, CBS News.
Talks are still in progress, but GM says it hasn't received a counteroffer from union leaders to an economic proposal made on September 21st. Well, horses and mental health, believe it or not, they go together.
Yes, they do. We'll tell you about an upcoming fundraiser and fall festival for a new equine mental health center in our area. That's when Live at 4 continues.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
We often get asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices after an accident?
The answer is very simple, yes. We don't get paid until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to hire Gruber Law Offices. The call, the consultation, all free. You pay nothing until we win your case. It's just that simple. Call us today, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
My name is Kyla Engelke. I'm a cement mason by trade. All the road builders are insanely busy right now. If someone comes in wanting or needing a job, we've got them. The infrastructure law that Joe Biden got passed is putting people back to work. Look at all of the bridges, look at all of the roadways, look at all of the people that are working. All of that's pretty awesome. To have a president like Joe Biden that's fighting for good jobs, it's huge.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Clean, safe, fun. I was hoping daytime care for mom would be like that. Oh, Grace's new center is so nice. Now, caring for mom is so much easier.
It's easier to manage my chemo side effects since a Grace Supportive Care came to see me. It was a Grace, but it wasn't hospice.
When you're ready for hospice, you want a Grace. They helped make my dad's last weeks comfortable, calm. It was beautiful.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with Serta Queen mattresses from $2.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. The Badgers have a bye week this week, but that does not stop the Wisconsin Huddle.
In this week's Huddle, sports director Zach Hanley sat down with offensive lineman Tanner Bortolini. He talked about the benefits of a bye week at any point in the season.
I think, at some point you just kind of need to take a step back, mentally reset. And I think it's a good opportunity to go back and look at what you did in the first few weeks, learn from the mistakes you may have made, what you can do better, and really use that going in for the rest of these 8 weeks we have left.
You can catch the Wisconsin Huddle tonight right after the 6 o'clock news. And if you're feeling so inclined, you can join the fun. We tape the show every Monday night at the Buck and Honey's in Sun Prairie. So show up, have some appetizers and a beer, and watch the show.
Yep, lots of fun. Not on Wall Street. Stocks ended a brutal September mix. The Dow Industrials lost 158 points to end the week, the month, the quarter at 33,507. The Nasdaq managed an 18-point gain, but the S&P 500 was off 11. A community festival in Mount Horeb is also an important event to reduce the stigma of mental health.
The Mental Health and Wellness Fall Festival is also a fundraiser for a newly created nonprofit organization called the Cedar Center, which stands for Connected Equine Development and Rehabilitation Center.
The festival is being held next Saturday, October 7th, at the Snapdragon Farm and Stables. Jess Dahlman is a licensed professional counselor, and Angel say it for me.
Milsna.
Thank you. Is the owner of Snapdragon Farm and Stables. Welcome to both of you.
Hi, ladies. Good to see you.
Hi.
So just tell us about the process of this equine mental health back and forth.
Yeah, so this particular event was inspired a little bit by the work that I do and different community members seeing the work and talking about the desire to have an opportunity for people to experience it and have some sort of festival. And after a little bit, a number of community members wanted to volunteer to make it a reality.
What is the connection between horses and people that are struggling with mental health?
That is a great question. The reality is that horses are much bigger than humans. Horses have a slightly higher body temperature, have a slightly, a bigger presence, and so they're able to help regulate and soothe and support the nervous systems of humans who might feel scared or have PTSD or even depression. It can help elevate positive emotions and that sort of thing.
Just talking to them, being in their presence? And,
yep, sometimes touch, sometimes practicing communication or leadership skills by leading them around. There's a lot of different ways that the horses can really show up for people.
And those big eyes.
Yeah, those big eyes, yeah.
So why did you get involved in this on your farm?
That's a great question. In my childhood, I had horses really step up and be supportive in ways that I don't think anybody really could have ever offered me, human to human. And as my family and I have cleaned up our farm over the last almost 20 years, the beautiful driftless area out in Mount Horeb just was such a wonderful setting that I wanted to share it with folks. And so connecting with my friends, Jess, bringing people and horses together, and nature and art. It's just been a really good collaboration.
It's so generous of you, Angel, and your family to do this. And it's about, you're going to be doing a lot of things at this fall festival. Try to give us the Cliff Notes version of all of the things you're doing next weekend.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Cliff Notes, we are going to have panel speakers touching on all points of mental health and the way that it connects through music, art, movement. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have activities, demos, nature walks. Am I missing anything?
we have face painting. We have things, all sorts of things for people of all ages, really tailoring to young folks and older folks, families, individuals. We have Spanish interpreters and American Sign Language interpreters who are volunteering for the event. It's really designed to elevate the fact that everybody has ways to access community and access mental health opportunities.
And the Cedar Center will be up and running soon? Or is it going to be at the farm?
Yep, the Cedar Center will be represented there, yep. And one of the ponies that is going to be at the farm is currently a Cedar Center pony, the first donation to the rescue and rehabilitation process.
It is next Saturday. Yep. Let's put up we have the
11 to 8.
Info on the screen there.
Angel, where is Snapdragon Farm? Give us a frame of reference for where you are in Mount Horeb.
Great. We are just west of Madison, maybe 35 minutes for some folks, and just south of Mount Horeb. So
and the event is free, right?
It's free.
Would you like people to register before they show up, or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
They got plenty of room. It's a big farm.
It's a big farm.
Thank you for being with us today. And best of luck. Keep up the good work.
Thanks for having us.
Have a great event next weekend.
Thank you.
Are you a golfer, or is someone in your life a golfer? How does a golf course vacation sound?
CBS travel editor Wendy Gillette tells us all about this growing vacation destination when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
After 118 years, McGann Furniture is closing its doors. The owners are retiring. Shop now at McGann's Price Crash Going Out of Business sale and take an additional 25% off the already lowest marked sale price. Everything must go. Prices crashed on quality name brand furniture, bedding, dining room sets, and accessories. Free financing. All credit welcome. Special sale hours. Hurry in today to the Price Crash Going Out of Business sale at McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
Wow, this is where you work now? Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're gonna use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this. This bear just invited himself to lunch. In a place in Mexico, the black bear feasted right on the picnic table. The mom and son kept their cool. Black bears usually aren't aggressive, but the uninvited guest didn't even help clean up. Unbearable.
The mom was so smart. She told her son, don't move, just be like a statue. Don't get up from the table. But can you imagine how scary that must have been?
Yeah, they're big.
And he gobbled up and then took off.
Ate everything.
I always know that between black bears, grizzly bears, and polar bears, you have to do something different for all three of them.
Yeah, you don't run from one, you run from, I don't know either.
All I know is that polar bears you have to hide from because they'll attack on sight, no matter what.
It's hard to hide from a polar bear.
Well, you don't see polar bears much. They're
Not around here.
They're in the North Pole.
Not around here. All right, it's going to be unpolar bear-like weather this week.
Yes, it's going to be pretty warm, but we're going to have a pretty drastic turnaround for next weekend. All the details of the full 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's get to yours with an SUV like the Ford Edge with a bright 12-inch LCD touchscreen, the power of an EcoBoost engine to get up and go, intelligent all-wheel drive, and a panoramic vista roof to get a better view of your world. Be future ready with Ford Edge. Choose FlexBuy on Edge with 0% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash and $1,000 low APR cash, only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
When dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation might be to blame. Over-the-counter eye drops can provide temporary relief. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. It targets inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation. Why wait? Ask your doctor about a 90-day prescription and pay as little as $0. Xiidra.
Is your home ready for winter? Because bitterly cold weather will be here before you know it. The Old Farmer's Almanac predicts this winter will be one of the coldest in years. Don't get stuck without heat when another polar vortex comes through. Call Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning to schedule a preventative maintenance checkup today. We'll make sure your furnace is running efficiently and is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long.
Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning, putting your comfort first.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, here's a quick look at the fall color report. There are a few counties in the northern portion of the state that are at peak, and pretty much all of the northern part of the state is at least 50%. So this might be a good weekend to travel up north and check it out. Here in Dane County, we are now above 25%. And looking outside, this is Dane County. You can see all the fall colors starting to spread around the trees. And this is only going to get more colorful over the next couple of days and weeks. Now, looking at the three things that you need to know we are going to be pretty dry for the next several days, and we also are going to see those temperatures warm up. Many parts of our area will see highs in the lower 80s for several days. Now, our next chance of rain will be on Wednesday, and then after the rain, it does look like we are going to cool off quite a bit for next weekend. Now, here's a look at the highs for today. Mid-70s, around 80 for places near Iowa. This is kind of the high temperatures that are occurring right now. As we look at the forecasted lows tonight, we will see mostly clear skies. Low temperatures will be around 60 here in Madison, but out near Iowa and Minnesota, we could see lows in the middle to upper 60s. So for the most part, compared to the average low, this will be a fairly mild night across our area. And then for tomorrow, we will likely see the middle to lower 80s for much of the region. 84 is the forecasted high for Madison. I would say our entire area will stay below 90, but I would say you can't rule out a 90, especially out near Prairie du Chien and Lone Rock, where the high temperatures typically are a bit warmer. Now, as we go into Sunday, we are going to continue to see the warm temperatures. Tomorrow, though, does look to be the warmest day of this stretch. We'll see highs kind of in the lower 80s for Sunday, but we are going to see a lot of sunshine, and the highs in the 80s are expected to continue for Monday and Tuesday. But take a look at that drastic change by the time we get to next weekend. We may not even see high temperatures reach the 60s, and that's the low temperature for tonight. So a big shift in the forecast. A lot of it has to do with the threat of rainfall towards the middle of next week. But looking at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, we really aren't expected to see a ton of rainfall, but the rain will bring a cold front that, as I mentioned, will really cool things off for the end of next week and the weekend. So here's the 7-day forecast. Plenty of sunshine the next 3 days and the warm temperatures. Like I mentioned, Saturday looks to be the warmest day with highs closer to 80, not expected to reach the middle 80s for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, we will start to cool down as we do have the chance of rain, more chances of rain for Thursday, and that will cool things off for the end of the week, as we'll be in the lower 60s Friday and then middle 50s for next weekend. And it also looks to be a little bit breezy, so it may feel even cooler than the middle 50s. So it's going to be a complete different weekend in terms of the weather. This will kind of probably be our last taste of summer. You know, it definitely will feel a little hot, especially with all the sunshine. Then the next weekend,
reality sets in.
50s and some wind. So,
but 50s in April is great,
right?
Right. So I don't know. It's coming.
I'm looking forward to the 50s, honestly.
Call me crazy.
Call me crazy.
It's fall. It's
and
fall.
for that, yeah, bundle up if you're going to the Badgers game next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, thank you.
Thank you, Jacob.
Many businesses suffered during the pandemic, but the golf industry saw a surge as players new and old flocked to golf courses.
The renewed interest in the game has more people vacationing at golf resorts. Earlier this week, we spoke to CBS travel reporter Wendy Gillette.
Mark and Susan, golf tourism around the world is projected to be valued at more than $23 billion this year, according to market researcher FMI, and it's only getting bigger. The valuation is expected to grow to over $40 billion over the next 10 years.
A driving range inside a beer garden, 2 18-hole courses, a lighted 10-hole short course, and a 2-acre putting course under an enormous big screen. It's all part of the $500 million Omni PGA Frisco Resort outside Dallas, which opened in May.
Golf is one of the key components of the resort. We have the PGA of America located here on the campus.
That mile-long campus also has plenty of non-golf features, like a 20-treatment room spa and 13 restaurants. But the resort is capitalizing on golf's growing popularity, which saw a major upswing during COVID.
We brought so many people to the game of golf, and they enjoyed it, and they're staying.
The National Golf Foundation says in 2021, as the pandemic surged, the number of rounds played in the U.S. set a record. About 1 in 7 Americans hit the greens last year, according to the American Golf Industry Coalition. Now the game is driving many Americans to travel overseas to play. Richie McClarty is from the Hilton Head, South Carolina area and journeyed to the island of Islay in Scotland to try the links at the Macri.
It's a culture. I mean, you see ladies rolling a bassinet with their baby in it while they're playing a golf course. You don't see that in the U.S.
There are more than 550 golf courses here in Scotland, the country where the game was invented 6 centuries ago.
Scotland's the home of golf, and everybody wants to come here and
play our golf courses.
At the beachfront Macri, one of the hotels we stayed at for a special rate, sheep wander the property, occasionally parking themselves on the driving range. An unusual sight for Americans, but here it's par for the course.
Scotland has more golf courses per capita than any other country in the world. Mark and Susan.
That's not surprising. What are the second and third most per capita?
In terms of actual golf courses, the #1 place is the U.S. with more than 16,000 golf courses out of around 40,000 worldwide, according to Golf Monthly. The country that ranks second might surprise you. It's Japan, and Canada ranks third.
Oh, that is interesting. Are you a golfer yourself? When you visit some of these places, there's no greater inspiration to pick up the game, because golf courses are some of the most beautiful places in the country.
Well, it was very inspiring to be there in Scotland because golf is such a big thing. I did take a lesson, but I am seriously the worst golfer you've ever seen in your life.
Then you can be in my foursome.
We'll all play together. It might take a while. Wendy, great to see you. Thank you.
I'd love to golf in Scotland. I'm one of those people. I love to play, but I'm terrible. But
well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fun to be out there. Hack it up.
You enjoy it, enjoy it. Coming up next here on Live at 4, do you remember the great GameStop room boom? I don't remember it. 2021. Well, they made a movie about it. We'll find out more.
And then coming up next hour at 5, what makes Madison so neighborly? We asked a member of the state's oldest community center about that, and that's coming up tonight at 5.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals,
and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Fight the flu with Sanofi flu vaccines, which help prevent flu in older adults. They've even been shown to provide better protection from flu-related complications compared to standard dose flu shots.
Don't get Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu-Block quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
This flu season, you do have a choice. Choose the protection of a Sanofi flu vaccine. Ask your pharmacist or doctor which Sanofi flu vaccine is right for you.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
New at 5, Will Keneally sits down with U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin. Find out how officials are working to try and prevent a government shutdown and the dangers that could follow if it does close.
October arrives Sunday, but this weekend it'll feel like late July with sunny skies and high temperatures into the 80s. The warm weather will last through Tuesday with cooler weather arriving later next week. At 5, I'll tell you how warm it'll get.
And ahead at 6, Madison is named the most neighborly city in the nation. News 3 now breaks down what core quality makes the area worthy of the title. Tonight at 6.
Given the satellite to spin, we end up in Santa Monica. The pier there,
the iconic Santa Monica Pier.
69 and cloudy. We got kicked off that pier when we were there for the
Rose Bowl. Yes.
You can't be out here with that truck.
With a big satellite truck. Are you nuts?
Yes.
What? We've got to broadcast to Madison.
In early 2021, everyone was suddenly talking about the investments in a struggling chain of video game stores.
Now, the David and Goliath saga is a Hollywood movie with an all-star cast. David Daniel has a look.
Holy. I will tell you, I've never seen anything like it. Holy.
Is the craziest I think I've ever seen.
Everything okay?
$11 million? What are you gonna do? Get a Ferrari? What the?
Oh, language. The baby's here.
Dumb money sets up the GameStop stock drama as a clear battle between everyday retail investors and their well-heeled counterparts.
Wall Street is betting that this company is going to fail. But if it fails, these hedge fund people make a ton of money.
My 24-year-old son was living with us, and he was involved in Wall Street bets. So I got to live vicariously through him. I saw this wild ride that was happening, the intensity of it.
Babe, how much did we make today?
$5 million.
How much did we lose today?
$1 billion.
And yesterday?
$4 million.
And yesterday?
$1 billion.
It was just a visceral ride. And that intensity, that emotion, is what I wanted to capture in the film.
You got rich dudes pissing in their pants right now. They're coming after you.
We need to talk about the GameStop situation. Retail traders always lose.
The writer-producers say it wasn't just about the money.
We spent all this time on Wall Street bets and watching these TikToks and seeing the joy people felt in, that buying the stock actually made them feel part of something.
And you don't need to be a stock market whiz to understand the movie.
It's about regular people who feel small, who feel marginalized, who feel isolated, who feel powerless, and who are angry, frustrated, screaming at the heavens about the terrible unfairness in the world today.
You've been served.
Wall Street cheated. Surprise, surprise.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It's interesting.
That's really good. What a cast.
Yeah, we'll find out what Will Loper thinks about it on Monday. And coming up next here on Live at 4, we remember the longest-serving female U.S. Senator in history, Dianne Feinstein.
We'll be joined by Associate Editor of the Cap Times, John Nichols, to talk about the life and legacy of the giant of the Senate. We'll be right back.
Here at Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, it is easier than ever to eliminate pain due to carpal tunnel syndrome. Dr. Opel, for people who are experiencing hand pain, specifically they might think it's carpal tunnel, what are some signs that yes, what they are dealing with is probably carpal tunnel?
Yep, great question. And carpal tunnel syndrome is one of the most common causes for pain or numbness or any symptom anybody would be experiencing in their hand. And specifically it can be a sense of tightness, a sense of pain in the wrist or hand, a sense that the hand is falling asleep, going numb, going tingly, that we might want to have to shake the hand to kind of wake it up. These can all be signs and symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome.
So an option is getting surgery done, but surgery on carpal tunnel syndrome looked a lot different years ago than it does now. Explain those differences.
Yep, exactly. Many years ago, the surgery to resolve carpal tunnel syndrome used to be a much larger endeavor, longer incision, longer operative time, many more weeks and months to get back to normal use and functioning of the hand. But now we have the ability to do it in the office with a small incision and very quick operative time to achieve our results, and this has allowed patients to get back to a full level of activity even the same afternoon following surgery.
Patients must be thrilled to find out they can finally live pain-free because of the changes in this surgery.
Exactly. As patients become aware that the treatment for carpal tunnel syndrome is much less involved and risky and extensive as maybe they were thinking, we're finding a lot more patients are willing to put themselves through the surgery to treat and be done with their chronic hand pain.
No need to live with this pain any longer. Call today. A lot of times they have same-day or next-day appointments. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Add comfort and style to your home with new carpet from Mohawk. Weston Plush Carpet is available in 2 styles and features advanced soil and stain protection. Only 79 cents a square foot after rebate. Enjoy a beautiful view with new energy-efficient windows from Jeld-Wen. We carry a variety of styles and more than 100 size options in stock. Pick up this sliding vinyl window for only $99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
It's time now for your first warn traffic. We have a slowdown on the eastbound Beltline just before the 51 and approaching the interstate. Also a slowdown in both directions on the 151 towards Verona. And we also have a crash to report on the 151 southbound just to the east of the interstate. The two right lanes are actually blocked. It's causing quite a bit of slowdown. There's also a slowdown on the interstate extending all the way south from just north of the Beltline up north to just south of the 151. And that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the couch.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll have more now on the passing of California Senator Dianne Feinstein.
Feinstein was elected to the Senate in 1992 after serving as the first woman mayor of San Francisco.
In the last few months, she faced calls to step down over concerns about her declining health. Author and columnist John Nichols joins us now with more on Feinstein's life and legacy. John, welcome back to the program.
Hi, John. Great to see you.
It's wonderful to be with you. A delight.
She was thrust into the spotlight through tragedy in San Francisco.
She sure was. Back in the late 1970s, Harvey Milk, the pioneering gay elected official, one of the first in the country, was assassinated, along with the mayor of San Francisco, George Moscone. And Dianne Feinstein was literally in the building at the time she discovered Harvey Milk's body. Moments after the murder, she announced that to the world, and then she led the city through an incredibly traumatic time. That made her not just a national figure, but an international figure even before she went to the Senate.
Yeah, she really was a trailblazer who was ahead of her time. When you graduated from Stanford University in the 50s, most women did not enter the world of politics. Talk a little bit about her incredible career and legacy.
Sure. She was a very strong figure by any measure, local elected official in San Francisco. And then in the late 1980s, early 1990s, she recognized what was really a gap in the Democratic Party, her own party. And that was that when you had the hearings for Clarence Thomas for his nomination for the Supreme Court, Anita Hill came to testify against Thomas. She was treated terribly by the committee, including by Democrats on that committee. And what Dianne Feinstein said was, look, the Democratic Party's got to wrap its head around the fact that 50% of the people are women in this country, in this world. And so she ran for the Senate in 1992 on the basis of basically diversifying the chamber. She got to the Senate and immediately became a leader as not just an advocate for women's rights, but for LGBTQ rights and on a host of other issues, and then served for the next 30 years.
We throw around terms like trailblazer, but she truly was.
Yeah, there's no question. A pioneering woman in local elected office, first woman mayor of San Francisco, one of the most powerful women in the Senate. But really, we can just not even use the word woman. She was one of the most powerful figures in the United States Senate for 30 years, and very courageous on a number of issues. Back in 1996, when Bill Clinton did the Defense of Marriage Act, which was a law that was barring marriage equality for gays and lesbians, she was one of 14 senators, along with Russ Feingold from Wisconsin, who voted no. Now that seems like a very logical vote and a very appropriate vote. But at the time, it was a bold one. She broke with her own president and her own party. And she did that on a number of occasions, and that's, I think, one of the many reasons why she stands out.
She had about 15 months left in her term. What happens now going forward to her seat in the Senate?
Sure. California Governor Gavin Newsom, who folks have seen a lot of on TV as a surrogate for Joe Biden recently, he will appoint a successor to fill those 15 months. And he has said that he will not appoint one of the candidates who is running to succeed her. But he will appoint someone who will be effectively a caretaker senator. He's also said that he wants to appoint a black woman because the Senate does not have the diversity that Dianne Feinstein always talked about. So Newsom's under a lot of pressure to find the right choice. I think he'll do it very quickly because, remember, with Feinstein's death, the Senate is now split 50-50. And with Senator Menendez from New Jersey in a lot of trouble, the Democrats really are in a tight squeeze here. So they need that appointment from Gavin Newsom, which I expect will come perhaps as soon as next week.
But for now, we will remember a giant in our politics in the United States, Dianne Feinstein. John, thanks for being with us today.
It's an honor to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Great to see you, John. Have a good weekend.
And we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with Lazy Boy recliners from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's gear up for it with an SUV like the Ford Bronco Sport. It has a terrain management system with 5 standard GOAT modes, so you can go over any type of terrain. Plus, 4x4 capability is standard across the entire lineup. Be adventure ready with Ford Bronco Sport. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with custom sofas from $8.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
We are prepared or dug in for working over the weekend trying to keep the government running.
New at 5, Will Keneally sits down with U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin. How are officials working to prevent a government shutdown? That's coming up next.
Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show, Wisconsin Huddle. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Here's one final check of your forecast. It's going to be pretty warm over the weekend, including Monday and Tuesday, with high temperatures in the lower 80s and plenty of sunshine. And then Wednesday, we do have a chance for some storms, and the chance of rain will continue Thursday and Friday, and that will cool things off dramatically for next weekend, where highs will only be in the 50s.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Monday here on Live at 4, it's the Wild Days of Radio. It's an article in the current edition of Madison Magazine.
We'll talk with Doug Moe, the article's author, and Ralph Cohen, who lived through those wild days. That's a great picture. There's another good one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's coming up Monday on Live at 4.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
They said millions would lose their jobs and the economy would collapse. But this president refused to let that happen. Instead, he got to work, fixing supply chains, fighting corporate greed, passing laws to lower the cost of medicine, cut utility bills, and make us more energy independent. Today, inflation is down, unemployment the lowest in decades. There's more to do, but President Biden is getting results that matter.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Well, it's promising to be a great weekend this weekend, so get outside and enjoy the warm weather.
But work before play is Louie and Oliver's philosophy, so before the weekend officially begins, here's this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, plenty of puffins.
A very young 57 years.
And one thirsty giraffe.
But first, you are looking at the oldest fish in an aquarium anywhere in the world. That's according to the California Academy of Sciences, which says this Australian lungfish was brought to the Steinhardt Aquarium in 1938 and has outlived all other fish brought there before World War II. Appropriately named Methuselah after an infamously old biblical figure, the fish is estimated to be around 92 years old and is described by aquarium officials as charming.
Speaking of old, a Galapagos tortoise celebrated its 57th birthday in style at the Perth Zoo in Western Australia. Staff there treated Cerro to a huge fruit cake made up of watermelon, rock melon, and hibiscus flowers he was munching away. Despite turning 57, Cerro could still be considered young for his age because Galapagos tortoises can live for up to 177 years. So, hey, he's just a teenager at 57.
Here's some good news for a change. Atlantic puffins are making a comeback in Maine, despite scientists worrying for the bird's population as water temperatures continue to rise due to climate change. The seabirds with their colorful bills had their second consecutive rebound year for chicks. It's estimated there are now nearly 3,000 puffins that reside on the remote coastal islands of Maine. Maine puffins have been listed as a threatened species since 1997, and the animals have been heavily monitored ever since.
And finally, a giraffe at a Maryland zoo in Baltimore quenched its thirst by catching drops of rainwater on its tongue after showers drenched the zoo. Rainy days bring peaceful vibes from the giraffe yard, the zoo wrote on Facebook. Caesar finds joy in every drop, they say. Here's hoping you find joy in every drop this weekend.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
57 years old, barely a teenager.
Chow down this weekend.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.